All right, guys, I wanted to talk about this right quick. This is DJ Wolf, of course, podcast. This is DJ Wolf Live here on For All to Hear's YouTube channel. I got a text last night, probably around about 10:30, posting up major celebrity passing. John Madden, who was the Super Bowl champion back in the 70s, man, because of his winning seasons with the Oakland Raiders, passed away yesterday at the age of 85. They just put out a Fox tribute to Madden on Saturday, on Christmas Day, called All Madden. And I had a feeling that something was going on with Madden at that point. I wasn't sure what. Usually when they do tributes like that and they do them and they post them out there like that, usually because something is about to take place with that person or persons who they make the tribute to. Not always the case, but in many cases, yes. Although they said it took, excuse me, although they said it took about a year to get the special on the air, because it took about a year to make it, I still kind of wonder about the timing. Maybe just coincidental, who knows? But it is kind of ironic that he died just less than a week after the special aired. It wasn't even a week. Maybe like 3 days. 3 or 4 days after it aired. Just saying. I know he leaves behind a wife, 2 sons, and a number of grandchildren, and probably some great-grandchildren. But he started out in NFL rookie season. He got injured and came back to coach college football for a while. And then he became a coach of the Raiders for about 9-10 seasons. And Bill Belichick worked under his coaching staff, by the way. I found out. And now he's a legend. But Madden became a name for himself during the Raiders' heyday and long after that. Madden became a broadcaster at CBS probably about the early 1980s. Excuse me again, which I forgot about. So he became a broadcaster in the early 1980s, starting with CBS, and then going over to Fox, ABC, and then NBC. Also, in the meantime, around about the late 80s, early 90s, he had became such a legend that they implemented from EA Sports a video game, naming it after John Madden, called Madden Football. And I was watching something on YouTube, which actually was saying, Madden becomes such a big name now when you go play a football game, or you play any video game regarding sports, particularly football. First thing that most people say, I'm going to play Madden. Being Madden football. And I myself, a connoisseur of Madden football for decades, can tell you, it is the premier football video game of all time. And the best football video game of all time that I've ever played. Because I played a few of them. I played Tecmo Bowl and some other pro football games. But they pale in comparison to Madden. Madden's video games, like his career, always stood for excellence in sports. It really did. Whether the video game stood up to the test of time or Madden as a coach stood up to the test of time, which he eventually became a Hall of Famer, rightfully so, like his career as a not only coach, but a legendary broadcaster. His standard of excellence and his very good humored nature, man, made him a likable figure in this country, man, as a legend, because he was very, very well liked. His video games, I said again, made in the assets over the year of $7 billion. Yeah, you heard it right, 7 billion. It goes to show you his reach, and he was a Master Avenue commercial media darling. In other words, he was very well liked in commercials as well. He did tons of commercials, from light beer, from Miller to Outback Steakhouse. He was in several of them. And he did one of my other favorites, Tough Acting Tenactin. He did that too. So he did it all the time back in the days. But what I want to miss about Madden is his broadcasting as well as the video games, because he did commentary and he did commentating in a number of Madden video games over the years as well. So I'm hoping maybe next year sometime they'll do a special tribute video game version of Madden. I'm sure they're going to come out with it. I'm sure they will, and I'm going to get it. But he left an indelible mark in the world of football, in the world of broadcasting on football, and video games as well. Rest in peace, man. I'm out.